So, are you installing Windows 10 for the first time, or you have some trouble reinstalling your operating system? If so, you have come to the right place. Today, we're going to show you a step-by-step guide on how to properly install your Windows 10 from the beginning to the end. This is Jeff from Banky Studio. Let's find out. To start off, we're gonna need a computer that have internet connection. This allows us to download all the required files from the Microsoft website. This computer can be either a laptop or a desktop, as long as it's running Windows operating systems. Besides that, you will need another USB drive with at least 8 GB of capacity remaining, and that's pretty much all we're gonna need to install Windows 10. Alright, so the first thing you would like to do is to insert USB drive like that, and then you should be able to see your USB drive pop up on the left of your toolbars. Before we start doing anything, I recommend you to back up whatever the file are within this drive, because what we're going to do is to format this. So I will let you do that. I already purposely leave this drive blank, so I'm going to just proceed. Now all you have to do is right click the drive and press format. So you will have this window showing up. On the file system part, leave it at FAT32. This is the required format for the Windows 10 installer. And also at the bottom, the format option, I recommend to click off the quick format because it might cause some troubles when you're using the installer. So this process is gonna take a really long time, so I recommend you to find something and entertain yourself while waiting. We'll be back.
One eternity later.
Finally, it's done. I've been waiting for so long. I think my battery is almost dead, and the battery on my phone is almost dead. Yeah, so now with this being complete, we're heading to next thing. So while I'm waiting, I already opened the installer website, which is this one. If you're wondering where can you download this, I actually have the link for this website down in the description down below. So now all you have to do is download the tool now, which I actually already did. So all you have to do is just download it, and then just let me pull it up. So now you have this file ready, and you can just double click on it and initiate the setup. It's pretty simple. Wait for it. Generally should take less time than this. Well, alright, there we go. So, well, a bunch of stuff you don't necessarily have to read. Click next. Wait for it again. I don't know why this is taking so long this time around. Generally, it should be really fast. Alright, so you have two options. Either you're updating this PC, whatever the computer you're using, or create an installation media, USB flash drive, DVD, or iOS file for another computer. So the second one is our go-to options, because we're doing a USB flash drive. So select this, click next. I wouldn't go with a recommendation for this PC because you're literally reinstalling for another PC, but this is the setting I would use: English, Windows 10, and 64 bits. For modern CPU, it's likely gonna be 64 bits anyways, but if you're using early version of the CPU, do double check if you have a 32-bit CPU. Alright, without further ado, click next and then use the USB flash drive because we have the USB flash drive prepared. Click next and you should be able to see your removable drive over here. Keep clicking and voila, wait for it. It shouldn't take that long, but if you're taking too long, we'll just make another cut. Wait for it. Well, this looks a little bit long, so I will probably come back when this is done. I'll see you later.
2,000 years later.
Almost there. 98 and this is 99, yeah. Well, we have wait long enough today, at least me. Well, you're probably gonna wait more or less. Try to find some. Alright, it's finished. Okay. Now with that being finished, let's click finish. Ah, come on, don't wait again. Oh, no? Okay. Looks like we're done here. Alright, now what we're going to do is pretty much unplug your USB into that computer and I will be right back. Hey guys, for the next part of the video, I actually lose my audio clips as I forgot to turn on my microphone. So what are you going to hear is me looking at the video and attempt to catch up. I will try my best to make them align. Yeah, so please bear with me. So first thing first, install a USB drive to the computer you want the Windows to be installed, and then turn on the computer. Then you can enter the BIOS by either pressing delete or F2 on your keyboard. Once you are inside the BIOS, we want to change the boot priority. So basically, we want to boot from our installation USB drive. Depending on your motherboard, there might be a boot priority in easy mode, and all you have to do is drag the USB drive to the front. If your motherboard doesn't have this function included, you can enter the advanced mode by pressing F7 and switch to boot menu. There should be a boot option priority somewhere in there. One thing worth mentioning is that if you don't see your USB drive showing up in the options, turn off your computer by pressing power button, unplug and replug your USB and try again, and it should work. After changing the boot priority, we can exit the BIOS by pressing F10. Since we are only changed the boot priorities, just press yes to continue. The computer will restart again and the loading screen will show up, and then quickly we will see the Windows setup screen. There we go. You can set your language, time and currency format and the keyboard to whatever you like, but for me, I will decide to stick with these as they are most relevant to me. Click next and then click install now. You will then see the activation windows. If you have a Windows key on hand, you can insert right now, but also you will have the option to do it later. For me, I would just click I don't have a product key since I don't have one right now. Depends on which version of the Windows key you have on hand or going to buy. Choose either Windows 10 Home or the Pro. In this case, I'm going to choose Windows 10 Pro. And license term, just check I accept and continue. I doubt many people would actually read them. Don't worry about the upgrade option since you're most likely perform a clean reinstall, so just click custom and continue. Make sure you know which drive is your system drive, because I only have one drive installed, so I know this is my system drive for sure. When you are deleting the partition, make sure you are deleting the correct drive. This is very important. Next, highlight the unallocated space and clicking the New button and allocate the space for the drive. The Windows installer will do its thing and you will see 4 drives coming up. Your Windows will be installed into the primary partition and the rest are more like backups. So all we have to do now is just wait, and the installation progress has been smooth so far. If you encounter any problems during installation, feel free to leave a comment down below. Once the installation is finished, your computer will reboot a few times and you should be able to start setting up. I will go through this section rather quickly as there's nothing really to talk about. One thing to mention that you will need internet to set in Microsoft if you want to connect to your own account and keep the settings, but I will just use offline account for now. Also, I'll name this PC Vanky, why not? And I don't need a password for this computer. I also decline all the service Microsoft provided as I found them not necessary. However, it is completely up to you whether you want to accept those services. Okay, we're finally here. There are just several things left for us to do before we complete the installation. So the first thing is to activate your Windows if you haven't done so. Open the File Explorer and right-click My Computer, then Properties. And you should be able to see the Windows activation at the bottom. Since this is a reinstall for me and the key I have already associated with my motherboard, I don't need to activate again. Then what I would do next is install the driver for my graphics card. I will have the link for the graphics card driver down below. Once the driver is downloaded and installed, you will need to log into your GeForce account and perform the updates. I made a mistake here and only realized it later. Then we're going to update Windows patches next. Press the Windows key and check for updates, and then check for updates. It wasn't until I saw the notification from GeForce I realized the driver wasn't up to date. Once you have logged into your GeForce account, update your drivers accordingly. Your monitor will turn black for a few seconds and is absolutely normal. Then after everything is installed, including your Windows update, reboot, and you're completely done. So alright, we're done with the system, and what is left is really up to you. So if you have any questions or something you want to see in the future, feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. And since this is a really long video, thanks for staying with us until the end. Again, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribe and leave a like. This really helps the channel grow. And this is Jeff from Vanky Studio. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.